Hare Krishna. My name is Kripanidhi Das. I reside in Mayapur currently. I thought it fitting that I would like to make a eulogy and offering of glorification for my senior god brother and mentor, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I have known Gopal Krishna Maharaj since about 1978. He was the governing board commissioner at that time in Canada. And so it's been a very long time, and I have many fond memories of working under him, working with him, and I wanted to express some of those wonderful memories that I have. In those days, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, when he came to Vancouver Temple, we would arrange for him to have television interviews. And one of the persons that loved to interview him was actually a very staunch atheist, and he was very expert at demolishing whoever he interviewed. He was very expert at demolishing their their self-esteem. He was quite hostile with the people he interviewed, and he became very controversial because of that. He was extremely popular, his television show. So when Gopal Krishna Maharaj would come, he would challenge him like, your movement's just a cult, and who do you think is God? You say this, Christians say that. So he would always be very aggressive. But Gopal Krishna Maharaj would respond in such a wonderful way. He would say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The goal of life is to love God. We're simply here to spread love of God to people in general. The society is struggling and suffering, even in wealthy countries like US and Canada. Society is still, the moral fabric is very much deteriorated and so on. And he would answer in a very humble way. And actually, after a while, this man developed a real affection for Gopal Krishna Maharaj, so that every time he came to Canada, Vancouver, he would invite him to speak. And he said, he ended up admitting, Gopal, I really like you. And so Gopal disarmed this man and won his heart, although he's extremely harsh personality. So those are wonderful memories we had of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He always dealt with devotees in a very gentle and sweet way. Anytime I would come to India, he would try to facilitate me with a nice room and so on. And not only myself, but other God brothers. He was always very gracious and supportive and helpful to his junior God brothers. So in the beginning of the 80s, he called me to New Delhi to be the vice president and ultimately, eventually the president of New Delhi. And at that time, he was very much involved in developing and establishing the Glory of India Cultural Center, which is now a very prominent and wonderful complex project in east of Kailash in New Delhi. So he would take me around with him to meet the city engineers. One fellow named Gupta was very helpful. And somehow or other, anytime we went to the offices, there'd be a lineup of people. There would be so much red tape. But Gopal Krishna Maharaj would simply, incisively, like a knife, just go right through the barricades of peons that would, try to make us wait. And he would go into the office of these engineers and press them that this is extremely critical, very urgent for them to pass all the various requirements needed to get the project underway. We also met with wealthy magnates like the Vishnu Hari Dalmia. We met him in New Delhi, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj was always expert at shooting for the rhinoceros, and trying to get crores of rupees out of these fellows, out of these people. We also met with the Hinduja brothers in Mumbai, and he was very expert at dealing with them. Of course, the Hindujas wanted their name on the front of on the building, ISKCON Hinduja project, but that never materialized. It was Glory of India, ISKCON Glory of India Cultural Center. But he was extremely accomplished in getting these magnets, these business magnets, to donate crores and crores of rupees. And gradually he also inspired so many others to build this Glory of India Cultural Center. So I would simply accompany him. I wasn't the spearhead of this project, but as the president in Delhi at the time, we would go and I would observe his enthusiasm and strong determination to accomplish these great projects for Srila Prabhupada. And that was the beginning. From that project, of course, so many other projects Gopal Krishna Maharaj was able to develop in especially New Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, Kurukshetra, of course, very, very big project that was is still underway and is being built by some of his disciples I happen to know. They joined when I was in Delhi. So his life is just a great example and a real legend, I'd say. He's a legendary devotee and disciple, very exemplary disciple. He gave his entire time, full time, 24/7, to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet and accomplishing great things for our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, who he loved dearly, and also in a very humble way. He never expressed self-aggrandizement, look at what I've done, look at how great I am. He was always extremely self-effacing and modest in his great accomplishments. So I really appreciate the example that he left for us to follow. I also had a very personal relationship with him, especially when I was the president in New Delhi, and he was very encouraging. Personally, I love to preach to university students and engage in intellectual preaching as my forte, and he was very encouraging. We actually recruited quite a few of the students from IIT Delhi. A few of them became devotees, and they also helped Maharaj's projects or contributed. But his dealings with devotees were very sweet, very nice, very wonderful, and he was always trying to help his subordinate devotees, always trying to inspire us and keep us under the umbrella of Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet and not wander away somewhere. So I very much appreciate Gopal Krishna Maharaj's wonderful life of devotion to his one great spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. And he has acted as a mentor and inspiration for me throughout my life. I've known him, like I say, since probably 1977 or 78, which is a good batch of my lifetime in this body. So all glories to Gopal Krishna Maharaj, all glories to his wonderful pure bhakti to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, I miss him very much, and it's been a very emotional ride for me in the last 2 days. But I'm following on social media the whole procedure in the Samadhi ceremony for Gopal Krishna Maharaj in Vrindavan, and I'm feeling great separation from his presence on the earth, on this planet. The last time I met him was in March, not too long ago, with one of his disciples from Canada, and we had a nice exchange, so I'll treasure that. All glories to Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna.